Hi everyone, this is Miss Thompson here, just going through just a little bit of the How to Write an Essay handout that you've received. Now, I'll leave it to you to go through the introduction um, and body paragraphs, but what I really want to kind of zone in on with the body paragraphs is this line of argument section to explain that in a little bit more detail, and also just a little bit about topic sentences. So the line of analysis argument is a line of analysis is there because when you're creating or planning your essay, you really need to be thinking about a trajectory or an argument in your analysis. So where we see a theme occurring across the space of a text. So one way that I think is really helpful to look at this is looking at where the theme is established, developed, and resolved, as you can see from this table here. So I've also suggested some techniques that can help you uh, analyze that part of the theme. This is not hard and fast, and please note that film techniques in accompaniment with this need to be looked at, particularly if you're studying films and other techniques relative to their text types. So looking at the first paragraph, we would look at how a theme might be established. That's usually in the first third of the film, very much in the opening scenes. So common techniques that you might want to look at would be setting, because that's where we see ideas established in that setting. Context, narrative structure, so that those early part of the film where there's exposition, we find out a little bit about the story. Characters are introduced. Very important to look at the way the character relates to the setting. So usually a character will be at odds with the setting, and that will drive the narrative, and definitely it will help showcase the theme. So a possible topic sentence that you might want to use for that paragraph, I've just got McTeague here, but any author will do, but the author establishes a bleak and oppressive setting to convey. So your theme, whatever it is that you're talking about. When we're looking at developed, we're looking kind of in the middle of the text, and we can see that theme built upon. So common techniques that you might want to talk about would be that characterization. So there is some sort of reaction to that conflict, or obstacles that the character might face, that showcases that theme, that drives that theme forward. Symbolism is a really powerful one because an object will have more happen to it. It will be developed to make us think about that theme in more detail. So, for example, I've got a topic sentence here that says, the tension created by Evie's fear and her desire to join V in his rebellion reveals McTeague's message that. So something about the theme. And then resolved is what your third paragraph should be looking at. So the way that the theme's resolved. So obvious techniques are symbolism, narrative structure. Well, symbolism, we have a kind of lasting comment, final comment made in conjunction with a symbol about something. The narrative structure is obviously really important because it's a climax or a resolution where we really see a lasting image made. Characterization obviously is important here too. This is all in conjunctions with other techniques. If you're doing film, you need to be talking about camera shots and things like that. If you're talking about a novel, then you want to be talking about language as well as these other techniques. So a possible topic sentence might be McTeague's use of symbolism in the final scenes of the film challenges the idea that, and talking about your theme in a bit of detail. Having said that, though, I really want you to think about topic and concluding sentences. So they are so important, and lots of people are using them in their essays, which is really good to see. But they can sometimes appear tokenistic. So you're just repeating the same topic sentences throughout the essay and repeating the wording of the question. It is good to reference the question. That's really important. But it's really important that you're actually being clear about what you mean by that. So unpacking the topic sentence, unpacking the essay question, sorry. So the question here is, how does James McTeague examine the concept that ideas are bulletproof? So that's our sample topic essay question. So instead of saying something like McTeague uses camera shots and lighting to show that ideas are bulletproof, I want you to kind of think more about what aspect of it, of the theme you're talking about here. So if we're talking about in that first third of the film, you'll be talking about how it's an oppressive setting, it's devoid of ideas. So we know that we're talking about ideas here. So what a bit about ideas is happening in that first third of the film. In the second paragraph, we see how ideas are, though intangible, so we can't touch them, they are still so important. Just because you can't touch them doesn't mean they're not worth having, okay, and ultimately depending. And then this third paragraph, an example could be kind of hitting home. What is McTeague really saying about this theme, about the concept of ideas? So he is challenging here that ideas are not only bulletproof, but they can withstand violence, but they are essential to humanity, to making us human. So it's really important that you are trying to unpack what this theme means, or that part of the essay question, and really trying to tailor it to your essay in a way that it covers the whole text. So that established here, that development of the theme, and the obvious conclusion, the lasting comment that McTeague's making, or any author's making, about a theme in a text. Okay, hopefully that was helpful. Thank you.